Hello, welcome back to another episode, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers, and today we'll be doing a preview for the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championship Day 4. Now today is Friday, and what that means is the National Stadium is expected to be jam-packed this evening as kids leave their classes, folks leave work, and everyone will converge at the National Stadium this evening. Tomorrow, obviously, is the curtain closer, so everyone will have the time and the luxury of conversion in the stadium. But for today, all the action will take place in the evening because this is where the real action and excitement kicks off. All right, so I'm going to put the schedule on the screen and then we can go through it together. But before I even get to that, remember, smash the like button as soon as you hop on the live stream. Subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so, as we continue our quest to 25,000 subscribers. All right, so big things coming from the Issa Grace Kennedy Champs later on today, and I expect everyone to be paying attention. I expect everyone to be watching as we look out for the next superstar coming from CHAMPS. I know it's been one of those where it's almost as if every year we get someone, and we have been spoiled for talent, if I'm to be frank with you. The Jamaican track and field fans, when it comes down to CHAMPS, when it comes down to sports in general, we tend to be very difficult set to impress, and in particular CHAMPS, when it comes down to the sprints, it's almost as if it's a given that we're expecting fireworks, a given to the extent where folks they don't realize, and in some instances they don't even appreciate how significant of a feat these athletes are doing whenever they take to the track. So big things yesterday ended with Kingston College on 99.5 points, leading the pack for the boys, and Heidel took over Homewood for the girls with 88 points. I think the girls side will definitely go all the way down to the wire. It will be Heidel and Edwin Allen, as we often see, but Homewood will be there or thereabout. For today's event, remember, we will be going through the 200 meters, and the 200 meters, it actually starts a little bit in the afternoon. So 12:44 Eastern Daylight Time is when we will be having the semifinals, and it starts with the class 4 for girls, and that's 12:44. The start list, we can go through it, but I don't think I should go through the start list in its entirety. What I'll do is I'll pull it up on the screen, and then I'll ensure that you, the viewers and subscribers, get the opportunity to go through it, if that sounds good. All right, so for those in the chat, thanks for tuning in as well. We appreciate your company, and remember, keep supporting Halftime TV. We appreciate every bit of it. All right, again, for those who are new to the channel, smash the like button, subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so, as we continue our quest for 25,000 subscribers. We'll be covering the track and field season in its entirety. We kick it off with the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championship, but as we mentioned, the season will be covered in its entirety, so no surprises there. But we did a video on Shania Douglas, and that video will be released a little bit later on today. I want to say a little bit later on today, yeah. I think just about 10 or so we will release that video, because our thoughts are shared on Shania Douglas and what to expect from her this season in particular. All right, so on your screen now you should be able to see the entries for day 4 of the championships. So if you can see it, let me know. You should be able to see the entries for day 4 of the championship. If you can see it, let me know. I'm going to narrow down my screen so we can actually walk through it. We can walk through it. We'll pull it up on the screen and then we'll walk through it little by little. Okay, so big things coming. Day 4, Friday. We have Johan Romaldo Smythe will be in action. We have Shania Douglas will be in action. and I'm super proud of both those athletes. For the 200 meters, which I mentioned, the semifinals will start at 12:44 Eastern Daylight Time, so that's just about 11:44 Jamaica time. We have Havani Hamilton, St. Andrew for girls. She's running out of lane 1, and this is the first semifinal for class 4. We have Waveney Walker from Immaculate, then Christelle out of Convent of Mercy Academy, Amelia Hacker out of Hydel, Adelia Simpson, Casey Henry, Taniqua Moulton, and Dervina Williams out of Mount Alvernia. So that's semi-final heat number 1, sorry. And as we scroll down here, you will see heat number 2, and naturally there are some names there that we already know even in class 4. So heat 3, you can see it there, and down the bottom you'll see Yendi Dennis out of St. Jago High School. So for the boys now, for the boys class 3, as a matter of fact, let's jump to the girls class 3 first, and then we'll go on to the boys class 3. So you can see on your screen again, these are the starters. You can look through the names, make yourself familiar with them as well, because you'll be seeing them a little bit further on today. You'll be seeing them live in action, and although we'll be back to stream the final, I want you to pay attention to some of these names, because who knows, you may very well not see some of the top talent in the final. So even if you tune in later on, ensure that you pay attention to these names from now, because you may very well be seeing these names again in the future. And who knows, maybe not even with the schools that they're representing now, as we've often grown to see over the years with CHAMPS. So now let's take our first look at the boys side of things, where we have the class 3 kicking off at 1:04 p.m. So 1:04 p.m. we have 3 heats for the boys as well. Kevard Johnson from Charlemont High School leads the pack, but we have naturally Darnell Douglas out of Jamaica College and Justin McCoy out of Calabar. 2 athletes there to look out for. And if you look at the time that they qualified with, T.N. Barrett out of Rosse's High School with 22.58, he was actually the fastest qualifier in this particular semi-final. Again, Rajan Romilly St. Jago 22.66, that's the fastest qualifier in heat number 2, in semi-final number 2, I beg your pardon. But don't pay too much attention to those times. These athletes are already trained to save their best for last, so they do enough to get into the semi-final, do enough to get into the final, and then naturally conditioning tells you they will execute their best race 9 out of 10 times in the final, unless something significant happens in the semi-final where they have to put on the afterburners or they have to chase someone down real bad. They usually save some of that energy for the finals. All right, so over to the girls class 2 semi-final. You can see the names on your screen now. Sashana Johnson out of Hydel, Madison Campbell out of Homewood Technical, Maria Crossfield out of Edwin Allen, Natrice Issa out of Wolmer's girls as well, and Kimberly Wright. This is a big heat right here. This semi-final here, semi-final number 1, is a big semi-final. Natrice East, top quality athlete. She's been there, she's done that. In semi-final number 2, and the young lady we've been speaking about throughout the entirety of this week, Shania Douglas, she lines up in this one. She runs out of lane number 6. We have Trishana Cohen out of Hydel, and we have Shanika Lindsay out of Alphonsus Davis running in the middle lanes. In heat number 3, we have Tanya Bell, Neela Marie, Janella Cans, and Brianna Brown out of Excelsior. Another very competitive one there. And I know we're going back to this heat here, heat number 2. It's surprising that Shania Douglas is still in class 2, and I know you know what that means. We still have a lot of her to see in the years to come. It's almost as if this is her playing ground already, and at 16 years of age she's virtually impossible to beat. So imagine in a couple of years time when she improves on the talent that she is now. So moving on to class 2 for boys, we have Jason Pitter of Kingston College. I think he's one of the standout favorites already. Kyle Thompson out of Jamaica College as well, and Raquelme Reed out of Cornwall College. Some names to pay attention to. Hanif Jones, Clarendon College, and Ched Brown, Calabar. I didn't see Ched Brown there. So Ched Brown and Jason Pitter, pay attention to those names. As you can see, Jason Pitter already dipping below 22 seconds. So that should make for an interesting watch. On the next semi-final, we have Malik Dennis, we have Ronaldo Francis, Taheem Thompson, Rashawn Dunn, Zachary Rowe, and Usain Bernard. Usain Bernard, I guess his parents were big fans of the legend himself. In heat number 3, we have Tyrone Walker, Akeem Tyrone Israel Allen, Jaden Collins, Nazir McMorris, and DeAndre Myers, the Wolmer's boys. And then last but not least, we have Mr. Archibald representing Edwin Allen. So moving on now to class 1, and I think a lot of attention will be on class 1. And I know this is just a semi-final and the finals will happen later on in the evening, but pay attention to what's happening here with the class 1. All right, so class 1, we have Sabrina Dockery, we have Renicia Edwards, we have Anicia Campbell, and Abrina Wright as well. Wow, so this heat in and of itself has the potential to be a final for the class 1, right? So Sabrina Dockery out of Lacovia, we've seen her growth, we've tracked her progress, and again, top talent in this field. In heat number 2, it doesn't disappoint either, because we have Shimonique Hazel, we have Tiana Rooms, Rihanna Allen, Daniela Lewis, but naturally Shimonique Hazel out of Heidel, she is one of the favorites. Abigail Wolf, I didn't see her there. She runs out of lane number 8, representing Wolmer's girls. So only 2 semifinals for the girls class 1, and for the boys class 1, now we have some big names here. Johan Romaldo Smythe, 21:10 in his heat. Kamani Gardner out of Calabar, 21:40. McCoy Curtis out of Monroe, 21:50. Tyrese Foreman, 21:55. Interesting to see all these youngsters in semifinal number 1 dipping below 21:70. Well, all but one dipping below 21:70. Alright, so in heat number 2, we have Zachary Cox out of Cornwall College, Macalean Woods out of Jamaica College, we have Alva Jackson out of Kingston College, and Junior Gallimore, among some other names there. The third and final heat, or the semi-final, we have Raheem Allison, Romario Hines, Antonio Powell, Markel Smith, O'Shane Jervis out of Green Island High School, Ajani Thomas out of Camperdown, and Omari Robinson out of Jamaica College. So those are the starters for the semifinals for boys and girls for the 200 meters, which will take place early afternoon Eastern Daylight Time. Later on this evening, just about, let's pull it all the way down. Yeah, so later on this evening we have the 100 meter hurdles kicking off at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We also have the 4x400 meters preliminaries, and then tomorrow we will have the 200 meter finals. So those that we see today, the athletes that we see today taking part in the 200 meters, they'll be back tomorrow for the finals. And I'll do a quick pull up here of what time tomorrow the 200 meter finals will be happening, because I know a lot of folks on here, that's all they want. They want to know when tomorrow, how I should book my schedule, etc. So the hurdles, the finals start at 2:40 Eastern Daylight Time. The 200 meters finals will kick off at 3:40. Yeah, I want to say, yep, 3:43 Eastern Daylight Time, so 2:43 Jamaica time. So couple hours there for the 200 meters. Then we have the 800 meters. So a lot of the big finals, the 200 meters, the 400 meters happening tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. The 4x100 meter relays happening tomorrow as well. Just about 6:30 ish is when they start. But a lot of excitement for sure coming out of the National Stadium, and we expect it to be a treat. We expect the cream to rise to the top, as it often does. So Shania Douglas, look out for her. It's her date today. We will be seeing her. We'll be seeing her in action, and I know you know what she delivers when she shows up. So big up yourself, Shania Douglas. Issa Grace Kennedy, day 4 of Champs. It's happening today. Remember, stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Peace.